Hey, family. Before we get into it, I just want to say thank you, Father, for another week. Because of him, we have a moment to get empowered, inspired, and to chat about things that concern you. And I am so grateful for that. I am your host, your girl, Alexis Robinson. And joining us for tonight's Mother Daughter Moment is the masterful millennial money coach, Miss Tina Smith. Now, Tina is the president of the Financial T coaching and consulting firm, and she's here to help us secure a bag, y'all. So everybody say, hey, Tina.
Hello, everyone. Lexis, it's always good to be with you. It's great to see you. I miss you so much, and thank you so much for having me today. I really, really appreciate your time.
Of course, honey. It's so good to see you.
Yes.
Fun. Now, look, you know we like our money.
Yes.
And yes. So first of all, thank you, of course, for joining us because we need to know how to secure this bag, honey. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and get into it. All right. How did you get into financial planning?
That is an excellent question. I love this question only because it gives me an opportunity to share a little bit of background of me. So if you know me, you know I am a military veteran. I am proud to have served my country. And I decided, oh my goodness, so this would have been 20 years ago, to actually become a client of someone who is in the financial industry. I felt that at 25 years old, it was so important to begin that financial journey, start going toward legacy building, if you will. For the most part, it's been about making sure that I had, check to check secured, but not like that for real bag secured, like for the future. Okay. So when I left the military, it was a very natural progression for me to leave from serving our country to serving our community. And that way, I could be able to help other people, especially the young millennial professional, start securing their bag very early in their career. I'm very blessed to have someone early in my career to help me, and so I wanted to be able to pass that on.
Oh, that's awesome. Thank you for your service.
I appreciate it.
We love our military here.
Yes.
Now listen, were you the bank for your siblings too, though? I know you started after the military, but was your sister coming to you and say, hey, sis, because I was the bank and the vendor and the store for my brothers. I sold them a teddy bear for Valentine's Day one day.
Listen.
So were you always like interested in money though?
Yes. If you let my family tell it, I've always been cheap. I like to use the word husbandry. So if my first job was at Wilson's Leather. So if you can imagine a 17-year-old, in Wilson's Leather, making money and saying, okay, I got my check. I'm going to take half of my check and save it. And then the other half, I'll go have fun with it. But my version of fun, even as a teenager, was to go and buy things on sale. So this was back in the mid-90s when TLC was popping, Jodeci, Boyz II Men. So of course I had to make sure that I had the freshest felines, etc. But I wasn't going to purchase them unless they were on sale. So this is something that was very natural for me to be interested in, not only how to make money, but to save money for the things that I want to do in the future.
Okay, so when should we see a financial planner?
A lot of people assume that you're not able to see a financial planner unless you make hundreds of thousands of dollars. Like no one should have a financial advisor or even a financial coach until they've reached a certain level of income or status or even net worth. And that actually couldn't be further from the truth. Okay. If you have a job, literally, if you have a job and you are an adult. So my target audience would be somebody who is a millennial professional age 25 to 35, let's say. Okay. And so if you are, starting your new career, as a young professional, start immediately. Now, I do recognize that some larger agencies, I will not name names, but unless you have a certain net worth or income level, you cannot become a client of theirs. I don't like it, which is why I left the corporate part of the industry, if you will, to start my own, because someone like me, I'm able to help whoever I want to help, and there's no minimum of net worth, so as soon as possible.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so let's say I'm a millennial. I actually am a millennial. Hey.
I love you guys. You guys are the best. You're our future.
Right.
Yes.
Okay, say you know how it is. You fresh out of college, they gave us these credit cards.
Yes.
So what are like 2 things we can do to, improve some of those little bad credit scores?
So I love this question as well. So here's some of the things that I have done to correct my mistakes.
Okay.
Especially when we're talking about credit cards specifically. So I'll just, if it's okay with you, I'll just kind of house my answer around that.
Shoot.
Okay, great. So from a credit cards perspective, the first thing, and I know it's hard, people. I know it's hard. The first thing is to stop using it. I know it's tough. I know.
Like today?
Like yesterday, actually, if possible.
Like
but
yesterday, y'all.
Yes, like yesterday. But if you don't draw a line in the sand and actually put your foot down, you'll kind of continue to kick that can down the road. Oh, I'll wait until next payday. Oh, I'll stop using the first of the month. And the first of the month happens, or it comes and it goes, and you're not making any changes. So You have to be stern and put your foot down and draw that hard line in the sand, if you will, about stop using it. And then from there, it's going to be important for you to really evaluate how much you can spend. See, what people don't understand is most of us make enough money, but the mismanagement of what we make that's where we kind of go astray a little bit and feel like we're not making enough. And so I had to stop using it. And that was the toughest thing. I mean, I'm literally crying as I'm taking the scissors and cutting up my credit card. That is serious commitment to stop. And
right. Okay. So you said stop using it, but don't
for real.
Okay. Don't cancel it. Don't close it.
Oh no, we never want to do that. No, we never want to close a card under normal circumstances. There may be other circumstances where I would recommend, maybe there's an annual fee that's just too much and not worth it. But and the list goes on. But no, if you want to keep your credit score high, pay it off and leave it at 0. But that's my advice. I do recognize that there's credit specialists who provide other advice, especially if you're in a building credit stage. I've heard some specialists say to, pay it down as much as you can and maybe charge it ever so often so you can kind of keep that revolving door, if you will, open. But for me and what I ended up doing, I went cold turkey. I cut it, and I'm snotting and crying, cutting up my credit card. But that was the kind of commitment that I had to make to myself for my financial future to really start securing bags later on in my life. And so number 1 was to stop using it, but 2, evaluate exactly how much you can spend. If you know me, you know I'm not going to just not go out to eat. That's not going to happen.
Ma'am.
I'm going to tell you that right now. Never going to happen.
Okay.
But so if you're like me and you still want to go out and whatever, right? I'll take eating. Let's do eating because I love to eat. But if you want to still do that, here's some of the things that I've done. Instead of going to dinner, I went to lunch.
Okay.
I grew up on Red Lobster. You have to forgive me, but I would go to Red Lobster like around 2, 3 at the latest, because your dinner prices, and I'm spilling all this tea.
Come on, spill this tea,
The dinner prices start at 4 at Red Lobster. But if I get over there at 3, I can pay lunch price, kind of have like a early dinner, if you will.
Yes.
Still be full without paying dinner prices, which could be, $5+ more. So I would, instead of going to dinner, I would go to lunch. And then a lot of times, especially, as I started my own family, I would take lunch, and in that way, it's only me, and I didn't have to worry about order for, son, husband, and the rest of the family, if you will.
Right.
So it was my habit I was trying to support. So it was a matter of how can I still do this, support my habit, and still, secure the bag for the future. So for me, it was, going out to lunch instead of dinner. So that's just one thing. Of course, purchasing everything on sale. I love to shop for, purses and clothes and things, and I've gotten a little bit out of that. Of course, during COVID, I've been able to live without it, right?
Right.
So just being able to purchase things on sale. If it's not on sale, I don't care how much I love it, I walk away every time. And then when I come back, and if it's on sale, then fine. But if it's not, I've had to discipline myself to walk away. I don't care how fly I looked, I had to walk away. I buy nothing at full price. And so that's what wealthy people do. They don't pay full price for almost anything. They'll wait for the sale, or they'll accessorize it to death until, further notice, and they keep money in their pocket. So I learn from the best.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, honey. Okay. Look, walk away, cut up those credit cards.
I know it's tough. I'm telling you, when I say I was sobbing, I'm not talking about a tear. I'm talking about boo-hoo.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It hurt. It hurt, but it was for my good. And so as I began to control myself based on what I had in my bank account versus what my credit limit was, I was able to, tone my spending down and find different creative ways to still be able to support my habit while securing the bag for my future.
That's good, but that offers balance, right? If you eat out a little earlier, prices are a little cheaper, you can still do a little something, you can still shop on sale. That's a little balance. That's something we need, is a little bit of balance, right?
Just a little bit, because I find, at least from my clients, what I find is that when you stop things cold turkey, sometimes when you fall off the wagon, you're going back hard in the paint and you're never coming out, right? Because it feel good going to cold turkey. But if you're able to, still have that balance, it just makes it so much easier and more enjoyable as you're saving.
Yes. Okay, so you mentioned saving.
I did.
Okay, when should we start saving for retirement?
So birth is inappropriate, so I'm not going to give that answer. But probably not inappropriate.
Out the womb.
No, but really, saving for retirement, literally the moment you get a job, especially one that has employer-sponsored benefits. The great thing is I literally just got off Zoom with a young man, 21 years old, saying, hey, I would like to optimize and maximize my opportunity with my 401k. For those that are watching, wouldn't it have been so nice at 21 years of age to start saving for retirement? I mean, you've got like 40 years to go, right? But a lot of us didn't start until, either mid-20s, late 20s, 30s, and even some of my peers have not been able to start for various reasons. But the minute you become an employee, with benefits, that should be the exact moment where you start focusing on saving for your future and for retirement. Okay.
Now, is it possible to have too much in savings?
Oh, never.
No?
Well, the answer really is yes. And what I mean by that is you may feel as if you have too much in your savings account. And I'm talking about like now at your bank. And if your bank is giving you 0.0% or whatever, that might not be the best place to keep your money in a long-term situation. And I'm thinking, 5 years, to where you won't necessarily need the money until after 5 years. You might want to put that in a different type of long-term vehicle in order for that money to have the opportunity to grow well more than the 0.2% that you might be getting.
Right. Now, what's one of those? Just give us one. I know there can be, multiple, but just give us one that we could consider if we have like this stack in our that's only returning, minimum.
So this is where we go from securing the bag to flipping the bag.
Okay.
Because that's where we really need to go. There's one thing we want to do is secure the bag. So if you have that kind of money in your savings account, that's incredible. You've done a great job, but let's start flipping that bag now, because if you've been paying attention to what has been going on in the news, you've been hearing reports about how the stock market has been going up, down, round and round, and topsy-turvy.
Yes.
And for an investor like me who is young, that was exciting news. Now, people may have been in absolute panic, and I totally understand that. But if you're in a situation to where you can't touch said money, you know, until age 59 and a half, and you're in your mid 40s like me, this was exciting only because we recognize that if we continue those contributions and let the money flip for you, that's actually a good thing. And you're able to have an opportunity to have more growth. So it is important that if you have a stack like that and you don't have any plans in the near future to use it, me personally, just, you know, based on my experience, personal and professional, I am a mutual funds girl. I take those to the bank and I love those.
Yes.
So it's important for that person to listen to what your goals are and then be able to advise on where to put that money, and then help you determine, is that bag flipping enough for you? Because we can always flip the bag, but if we put it in something that's giving us 2 or 3%,
right,
when you have other investment opportunities to give you more like 7, 8, 9, umpteen in the 20%, of course, that's way more attractive. So
yes,
just having somebody listen to you and be able to help you broker that would be absolutely amazing. And then you'll be able to have an opportunity for real growth and flipping that bag.
Okay, y'all heard that little bit of tea, a little something special.
I juggle it over here. I'm reflipping.
Yes, indeed. Okay, so in your opinion,
yes,
what is the financial golden rule? What is 1 or 2 rules that you live by, that you want to teach us to live by, to help us secure the bag? Let's stick with secure the bag. We're going to secure the bag another time. I'm feeling that way.
Well, there's 2 things that come to my mind immediately. Number 1, I would say save for your next vacation. I like to go on vacation. I would say we try to go probably every other year. We've become a big fan of cruises. And I think Sandals will be in our next round of vacations. So we're really excited about that. But that's not because we're about to go like in a few months. That's because we're talking about that today, so that maybe next year, 2 years, maybe even 3 years from now, we actually have the money saved in our bank account. So the goal is to be able to pay for said vacation before we even leave for said vacation, and then also have some extra money to spend while on said vacation. Because if you're anything like me and you like to shop, well, I like to shop when I'm at said location too, because I want to bring back stuff that no one in the States have ever seen, right? So I got to be unique with it, right? So so it's very important for us to be able to plan for our vacations the minute we come back from one. Once my lip is poked in that I have to start cooking again and making people's bed and everything and laundry here, I really start to put money away to save for our next vacation, wherever it may be. And it is limited to what we've saved. Okay. So if we want to go, you know, to Sandals, I need to have saved Sandals money, or it's just going to be Disney World. It's, you know, so it's a matter of making sure that you plan appropriately, because what I don't want anybody to do is to come back from their vacation and you're deathly afraid to opening your credit card statement because you know you did way too much. Right.
I'm with it. Can we do some pre-vacation shopping money too? Can we?
Yes, exactly. That's what this whole
And then your vacation spending money. You know?
Right.
A little souvenir, something other. Come on. I love it.
Yes, exactly. Right. Because like in a cruise situation, if you've ever, you know, vacationed with us or anything, we like to have like an outfit for the day and then a night outfit. So you can't go half stepping, right? But it's a matter of really being disciplined and saying, okay, I'm going to maybe not go to lunch at Red Lobster and stay home so that I can make sure that I have the money to have that fun, you know, to on my trip, so that, you know, I don't have to worry about, you know, charging up my credit card and be able to save that money. And you're talking about the relief, and you're talking about when you get out there and can for real chill.
Yeah.
Because you don't have that financial worry of thinking, oh my goodness, what am I going to do when I get back? I know I have overspent.
Right.
So that's number one. I know you asked for two, I'm sorry, but that was number one. I would say the next thing is don't be afraid to dream, really. Because I know I come from a middle-class family. We were military. And so any vacations that we took or anything that we wanted to do from a legacies perspective, we were more concentrated on making sure that we had what we needed from check to check. Right. And so, and most families come from that kind of background. If not, you know, trying to survive to make it to the next check, and maybe, you know, doing some things that, you know, could land us in some very terrible places. So I recognize, you know, there's different backgrounds, but no matter what background you come from, don't be afraid to dream. And if you do dream of, you know, leaving your child a home, or if you dream of buying that vacation home in the Rocky Mountains, or whatever it is, don't be afraid to dream. And then once you dream, put action to that dream. Start. You know, you might not be able to pay for it all at once, but start where you are and put a little bit of money away, so that when it's time for you to cash in that dream, you've got the bag and you can take it with you and say, I am ready to cash this dream in and actually live it out. So those would be the two main things that I would say, because I was scared to dream at first, very early on my financial journey. I'm not afraid anymore. I am not afraid anymore, but there was a lot of sacrifices that I made along the way. A lot of new stuff I didn't have, a lot, you know, the big house, the fancy car. I didn't have a lot of that, you know, at the very beginning, and I sacrificed. But I'm able to enjoy some of those things now because of the sacrifices that I made early on. So I hope that answers that question.
Yes. Don't limit yourself in your dreams. Think about the future plans beyond paying for college, beyond house. Get the beach house. Go ahead. Like, sky's the limit. Why not, right? And then put some action towards it. I love that.
Yeah. And furthermore, why not us? Why not us?
Say it again, ma'am.
Why not us?
Yes.
All we got to do is work hard and have some sacrifices in the beginning. But it can happen. But you got to dream and take action. But the first and the hardest step for me was to actually dream.
Awesome. Guys, you heard it from the best. Come on, millennial money coach, Ms. Tina Smith. Now listen, before I let you go, you know what we love to do here. We like to play Our Mom Said. And, you know, our moms have had these various sayings over the years. You that don't know. So I'm going to give her a word, sort of like a word association. And she's going to tell me what her mom would say. For instance, if I said bye, my mom would say, okay, y'all don't talk about me. My mom would say, listen, don't let these little boys buy you all this stuff. Stop accepting these little gifts. These boys can't buy you. Yes, ma'am. Even though I like this little watch, I guess I get it.
Right. And I wouldn't be shocked if, because both our moms' name is Deborah, so I wouldn't be shocked if, you know, we had some of the same pieces of advice from our mother. So shout out to Deborah Wright. That's my mom. I love you. Shout out to you, Mom. But
come on, Miss Deborah.
You're going to hear about some stuff that you done told me over the years. You're going to hear about it.
Uh-oh. I can't wait. Okay. If your word was shopping.
Yeah. If my word is shopping, my mom would say never buy it full price.
You said, put that back. We're going to this one.
For real. And now, when I say I learned from the best, that's for real, because Deborah Ann would never, if possible, she would not buy it on sale. We would walk through the mall 10 hours. And if that thing wasn't on sale and she couldn't find it elsewhere, we're going home empty-handed. But with a full stomach, that I can guarantee.
Yes. Okay. Beauty.
Oh, beauty. Beauty comes from the inside. It's never about, you know, the exterior. And once you feel beautiful on the inside, you're absolutely beautiful on the outside. So that's what she would say.
Oh, yes. Okay, money.
You can't take it with you. That is a full-on quote from my mom. You can't take it with you. No, that's true, but you can pass it on.
Hey, come on now. You got nuggets. Yes. Okay, what would you say about eyes?
They can, I got to get this right. I'll give you an example. Like she'll say something to me like, oh, I can look in your eyes and tell if you're lying, or look, are you really happy or not? Yeah. So to her, your eyes was really the window to what's going on in the inside.
Yes, yes, indeed. Mama give you that look. Your lips start trembling.
Look, I'm 45. And even today, I'll be like, oh. Let me get my whole act together. Yeah.
Okay, what would she say about love?
It never fails. I would say that my mom would say love never fails. And this is coming from a lady who has loved my dad since they were kindergartners together.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is beautiful.
It is, and gross all at the same time.
Oh, wait.
Because I'm thinking about my own husband. I'm like, I wouldn't have liked him. Would I have liked him? But my mom was in love with my dad since kindergarten.
That is beautiful.
Yeah. Yep. They've been married 45 years today.
Oh my gosh, this was awesome.
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate your time, and you've been just doing it big, and I'm just so proud to see you and all the things that you're doing. You are so incredible, and I'm just so proud to call you my sister. I'm so proud to call you my friend. I'm just so proud of you.
Oh wow, Tina, girl, you know I cry easy. Thank you so much.
You're so welcome.
On behalf of everybody here watching, all our Mother-Daughter Moment crew, I want to say thank you. Thank you for teaching us how to secure the bag and for dropping these nuggets. I am definitely going to have you back to talk about flipping this bag.
Oh, yes. We got to come back to flip it now. Absolutely.
Come on. Yes. But look, let us know where we can find you. Tell us all about your book, how we can subscribe to any channels, all your information.
Oh, you're talking about this one right here. This book?
I'm talking about that one. Yeah.
Oh, okay. It is called It's Your Turn, Walk in Your Financial Purpose. This is a book that talks about how to secure the bag, but God's way. So it has scripture inside, just to make sure that you understand that God's word is not old, even in crisis. It is not dead. It is well and alive, even in crisis. So you can always go to my website, which is The Financial T. That is TheFinancial, the letter T.org. Again, thefinancialt.org. You can always get my book. You can get my merch. I got t-shirts. You can also find out a little bit more about how to become a client, or if you ever decided to have someone come into your business and talk to your employees about how to optimize that 401k as well as the income that you pay them, we are absolutely available to come in and help do that. Of course, I'm on the gram. I am on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and about to be TikTok. So everything is The Financial T. If you can find The Financial T, you will find me.
Awesome. You heard it here, people. Go find her at The Financial T, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn. Go to her page, sign up. She will definitely help you secure that bag, people.
You know it, girl. You know it.
That's right. And don't forget, you guys, make sure you like, share, follow at Mother-Daughter Day so that you can catch all of our Mother-Daughter moments. Next week, my mom will be with me. This is going to be special, y'all. So, but yeah, tune in next week, guys. Have a good night. We'll see you next time.